The Old Man in the Sea. Amber says, Hemingway's writing style annoys me. I feel like I'm reading a Dr. Seuss book. He does nothing to draw me into the world. I recognize the out-of-place religious allusions and random sexual metaphors, but they didn't seem to add anything to the shallow story. I can't figure out why I read this. Well, Amber, if you can't figure out why you read this, we can't figure out why you reviewed it. But the fun part about this is all those out-of-place religious allusions and metaphors he mentioned. If you asked Hemingway, he would say that in this story there is no second layer or deeper meaning. It's really just about a man and the sea. So if you are concerned that this book is annoying, maybe what you're bringing into the book or what you're reading into the book is just you annoying you.
In our time, Lee says, hated it. Boring fishing stories, bloody bullfighting, and army vignettes of dead bodies. Dark. Everything dies. Well, I hate to inform you, Lee, but everybody does die, so you need to get over that. Okay, maybe seek therapy, I don't know.
The sun also rises. Queen Helene says, if you want to spend most of your waking hours drinking and in depressed communication, then this is the book for you. It reads like a detailed diary. No point to it, and just a lot of drinking. Don't understand the title at all. I mean, come on, that's on you. It's from the Bible. It's not like a subtle reference. The sun also rises, and the sun also sets and hastens to return from the place in which it has arose. There's nothing new under the sun. Have you ever heard that expression? Hemingway's sort of saying that everyone, thinks that their generation is the first one to go through it, but everyone does. It's a cycle of being young, and I mean, spending your hours drinking and depressing communication, isn't that just called being in your 20s? I mean, come on.
A Movable Feast. Daryl says, garbage. Hemingway is a big gossip. And after reading The Rise of Theodore Roosevelt with Edmund Morris's command of the English language, it seems that Hemingway's vocabulary is very limited indeed. He did report some rather personal information on Fitzgerald, and at end, he reported on his own infidelities. This was not really a pleasant read. It was far more longer and more boring than my review. Well, Daryl, you make some good points here. You're right, Hemingway is a bit of a gossip. But we want to hear that gossip, Daryl. We want to hear about Fitzgerald. We want to hear about all the crazy stuff these kids were getting into in the 1920s. So, and I'm sorry it's not flowery enough for you like Edmund Morris. It's Hemingway.
For Whom the Bell Tolls. Jamie says, honestly, one of the most boring books I have ever read. I managed around 250 pages, but it broke me. Utterly exhausting read that just goes absolutely nowhere. I honestly could not care how it ends because I'm pretty sure the book never ends.
The sun also rises. RM says, the epitome of the anti-plot. Already, you're very impressive with your big words. The characters have a drink, they talk, they drink for breakfast, they drink for lunch, they talk, drink before dinner, drink at dinner, drink after dinner, go to Spain, and drink. I'm not against drinking. Just how many hundreds of times can you show that one action in a book of 250 pages? I'm guess around 250 drinks or more. I think you might have been drinking yourself if you think I'm guess is a sentence. I don't think this book, if Hemingway were unknown, would have been able to make it to print in the present with current critics and readers would tear his writing apart, unlike your excellent writing, Maria, equating his sentences to those similar to what middle school students use for assignments. Passive scenes and descriptions like, it was a good bullfight, turn up on nearly every page, and leave a reader wondering what actually happened. You know what happened? It was a good bullfight. That's what happened. While lacking detailed images to fill their heads and their hearts. I think maybe your head and your heart are empty and not Hemingway's.